Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about answering the question, how do I get my betrayed partner to trust me, the unfaithful, again? Now, we'll start with one scenario. It is very common for the unfaithful to get angry that you, the betrayed, will not trust them again, even though there's been either one or multiple cases of infidelity. It's kind of like there's this anger. How can you not trust me? Like I'm doing everything. I'm working hard. I'm doing all this stuff. I stopped the affair. Get over it. You should trust me again. And there's anger and there's a sense of entitlement that shows up as well in the behavior, the demeanor, the words, the verbiage, the mindset of the unfaithful. Now, this is not for all unfaithfuls, but many unfaithfuls will do this, and we call this narcissistic injury. It kind of looks like this. They, the unfaithful, are angry at you that you won't trust them again. And it's this sense of, oh my gosh, how could you not trust me? I'm doing all these things. I stopped the affair. Why? How dare you not trust me after how hard I've worked? And it may have been a few months, it may be in a few weeks. There may be just a little bit of work. There may be some even substantial work, but their mentality is, how could you not trust me now? Narcissistic injury is when we, in this case anyway, the unfaithful, regress back into this mindset from a childhood wound or maybe a teenage wound where we did not learn the parental love, the parental support, the unconditional love and support that we could mess up, screw up, fail, and still be loved, still be worthy of love, still be worthy of acceptance, still be worthy of being cared for. No, many of us messed up and were shamed, were wounded, were devalued, demeaned, degraded, even abused. So we learned that when we messed up, we were not worthy of acceptance and love and support. And so we felt an immense amount of shame. And so now we get so upset if you won't just trust us because we haven't learned, because of our developmental trauma and childhood wounding, typically, we haven't learned that we can mess up and we can blow it and we can still be worthy of love and acceptance and be okay and hold our ground and say, hey, I'm okay with you expressing your disapproval or your emotions. I'm still okay. I am shored up inside with love and self-respect and self-love and self-care even, and internal self-reference that I can handle your refusal to trust me right now. What we also do, unfaithful, and this is not all, but this is some, and a fair amount more than just some, we offend from the victim position. So we take this victim position. Oh, you're not trusting me? Oh my gosh, I need you to validate me and make me feel okay. I need you to trust me. If you can't trust me, I'm not okay. We make ourselves the victim. And we need you to affirm us because we're very fragile. And we have this gaping hole of rejection and betrayal. Careful with the word betrayal, but betrayal from the fact that we didn't get the love and the support that we needed when we were young. And so we can't hold our ground and stand here and say, yes, you don't trust me, and that's okay. What we should be shooting for as unfaithful is to come to a place where we can say, betrayed, why would you trust me? Look at what I've done once or multiple times. I have no expectation of you to trust me, and that's okay. I'm not even going to ask you to trust me because I wouldn't trust myself after all I've done. I don't need you to trust me. In fact, I want you to not trust me, and I mean that graciously. But you know what? Don't trust me. Put a tracker on my phone. Here's my passwords. Monitor my information. I've got nothing to hide. And I know that you don't trust me, and I'm okay with that because I don't need you to trust me. I am whole, I am healthy, I am strong, or I'm getting stronger, I'm healing, I'm getting to a better place, and I don't need you to validate me. I'm not going to stay in my narcissistic injury, and none of this, betrayed, means that your partner is a narcissist, because we all have narcissistic traits, but we do get very narcissistic, and this is a very narcissistic injury when we can't stand and hold our ground and be okay when you refuse to trust us. And you know what? We're shooting for the ability to go, hey, it's okay that you don't trust me. Because I know that you can still love me. You can still fight for our relationship. You can still be intimate with me. You can still be close to me without trusting me. Because I'm healthier and I'm strong and I am okay internally. And I don't need to shame you and say, why are you not seeing how strong I am? Why are you not accepting? Narcissistic injury. What's far more healthier is to go, hey, I don't need to per se prove to you how strong I am. I'm going to walk it out. I'm going to show you. I'm going to let my actions show you that I'm strong and healthy and safe. And I'm not going to let my pothole keep talking and keep getting me in trouble, because if I have to tell you how trustworthy I am, I probably am not. If I have to tell you how reliable I am, or how safe I am, or how un-narcissistic I am, I probably am not, right? It should show. It should be delivered by our actions and our demeanor and who we are internally. Okay, the next few ways for the unfaithful to gain trust back are maybe not in light of the narcissistic injury. Maybe you did not fit into those kind of constructs, but here are some that will help you gain the trust of your betrayed party back eventually, or at the very least, help them feel safer, which will move them towards one day trusting you again. And that trust will never be the same. It'll never be the naive trust that they one day had, but they still can regain a sense of safety and trustworthiness that will help the relationship as a whole. The next one is self-awareness. I mean, look, unfaithful. Let's be honest. I'll never forget I sat with Rick years and years ago, almost 20 years ago, and he said, would you trust you? My answer was, no. And he said, why are you asking for trust? It was a pretty simple conversation. Self-awareness says, man, why should I be asking for trust right now? I've proven that I'm not trustworthy. And that's okay. It doesn't mean I'm just a worthless piece of crap. It means I have made terrible mistakes. I have blown it, but I can get back up again. Next is compassion. If you want to regain any shred of trust, how can you not be compassionate to the betrayed, to their journey, to their reminders, to their triggers, to their intrusive thoughts, to the labels that get placed on them, to the things that they wrestle with every single day? Where does the compassion come from? Maybe your own pain and hurt or narcissism is causing you to not see how wounded, betrayed, and just completely traumatized they are. Compassion, empathy, remorse goes so much further than just mere words. Next is something super practical but very hard, and that is be reliable. Unfaithful. If you're going to be home at 4, you better be home at 4. If you're not going to be home at 4, why not send a text? Hey, so we're the most connected society we've ever had. You can voice text without even touching your phone. Why not send a text? Hey, traffic was terrible. I'll be home 30 minutes late. Hey, I got hung up at the office, but I'm on my way. I'll be there probably, Google Maps says 28 minutes. Hey, I was supposed to be at this restaurant. My colleagues want to go to this restaurant. We're going to that restaurant. I'll keep you posted. When people say, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to live like that, male or female, it always makes me say, man, you're missing it so bad. Why not? Why is it so hard? I'm not going to be treated like a child. Then stop acting like a child, because a child says, I'll not send a text. I don't need to tell you where I'm going. Really? After all that you guys have been through? Is it really that hard? Well, Sam, I was in a meeting and I was there. You can't go, hey, guys, I got to go to the restroom. And you can't go to the restroom and send your spouse or partner a text. Guys, women, men, it's about being reliable. Ask your betrayed partner what it means when they can rely upon you. When you say you're going to take the trash out and you don't, I'm sorry, you're going to say, that's ridiculous, that's absurd. It's not. It's the way the betrayed partner's mind works. They go, yeah, said you were going to do it. You didn't do it. And it just triggers unreliability, unfaithfulness, can't be depended upon. Next is communication. You know what would be awesome? Is if you, the unfaithful, were to anticipate issues that could come up and communicate around it. I don't know what that means, but I know that it means something different for everyone. For example, maybe you're going to go to the movies and you say, hey, I did some research. The movie doesn't look like it has any infidelity in it. But if it does, how do you want to handle it? What would you like to do? Or maybe you're going to go have dinner with friends and they know about the infidelity and they're going to ask questions. So you and your partner or spouse say, hey, so-and-so may ask some questions. How do you want to handle it? Anticipate that this could happen. Maybe you're going to go out with colleagues from work and they're going to want to go to a bar after, but your partner's like, hey, that's not going to work. So anticipate, how are you going to handle it? What are you going to do? When you just wing it, don't be surprised if everything goes sideways with lightning quick speed because you didn't anticipate that it could be a problem. Next and finally, as we say goodbye, it's understanding that this is going to be a process. There is no quick fix. There is no flip of the switch and all of a sudden they trust you again. This is a process. It's working through your hurts and wounds and pains. It's working through expectations. It's working through the residue of one of the most diabolical things you can go through, infidelity. I hope that you can use these tools today. If you're an unfaithful, I hope, I pray, I beg that you take this information, digest it. If you're betrayed, we'll let you talk about it. Talk about it with them. Make it part of your life. I promise you, if the betrayed is open, this will make things so much easier.